Hi, I'm Jen Hall. I've been playing pickleball for 4 years. I picked up the sport to keep myself busy when I wasn't playing with my 4-year-old twins. My background is in soccer and basketball, so I had no racket experience, but I'm committed to focusing on the sport and improving every day when I play.
My name is Austin Kerper. I've been playing pickleball about 2 years. I stumbled across it in my neighborhood, and it's been quite the addiction ever since. Jen and I have been playing in multiple tournaments together at the 4-5, 5-0 level. Before that, I played competitive ice hockey, and this is just something to keep me active and able to keep competing.
Today in Pickleball Tips, we're going to be talking to you about stacking with your partner.
It's something that Jen and I do, typically because she's a lefty, but it's something that anyone can do.
So stacking is when your service partner, when you're the serving team, stands out of what the typically defined position would be, and that's to maintain a situation where I'm on one side of the court always, and my partner is maintaining their position on the court on the other side. You can also do it in a defensive scenario where your receiving partner is standing outside of the court and they're going to slide into a specific location so that you can slide to the position that you like, or you can do it when you're at the net and switch positions as you're returning the ball to the serving team.
So stacking is a strategy used by players to maintain the court position that they prefer.
Austin and I often use stacking to maintain a position where both of our forehands are in the middle because I'm a lefty. Normally, if we're serving and we win a point and we would move spots on the court for our next serve, we would end up in a position where my backhand would be in the middle, but we want to play to our strengths and avoid our weaknesses, so we play in a position that we prefer where after I serve the ball, I can move back that our forehands are in the middle.
So sometimes we also use stacking, not just so our forehands will be in the middle. So Jen, if we're playing in a mixed doubles, she can be in front of the female player.
Something to consider when choosing whether or not stacking is right for you and your team is ensuring that you have enough time to get into position after you've stacked, because you might be out of position from the way you set up to receive or serve the ball.
So when we're receiving the ball, Jen and I use hand signals. Typically it's an open hand or a closed fist. The open hand will let my partner know that I want to switch positions with them. So if I'm receiving, I'll actually run over to the side that they're at, and they'll slide over to the other side of the net. If I give her a closed fist, she won't switch sides at all. Also, sometimes we'll do a little fake, and I'll give her maybe like a number 3, and she'll kind of fake slide over, which will put a little bit of pressure on whoever's returning the ball. Typically, they'll try to drive that to go down that line thinking that we're gonna be switching, and it'll put a little bit more pressure on them, and typically unforced errors are made.
Outside of doing hand signals, there's also an option where you stand outside of the court when your partner is receiving the ball. If I was playing with Austin, after Austin returns the ball, I would slide into the court and he would run across the court to the position that he wants.
So basically we use stacking, again, to keep our forehands in the middle and to allow ourselves to be in a position that we are more comfortable with.
You can also use it in a way that protects yourself from your weaknesses, like positioning yourself in front of a player that you want to exploit, or to protect yourself against an opponent who's working against some of your weaknesses. You can use stacking as a serve, in a serving position as well as a defensive position, and you can do the defensive positioning stacking with hand signals, or you can do it standing outside of the court. Something to consider when you try stacking is to make sure you have a really firm grasp of keeping track of the score, because it's easy to get kind of lost in the score when you're stacking in out of your normal positioning. But if you know what the score is and who the server is, you can always know where you're supposed to be standing when stacking in a service or receiving situation.
Hey guys, I hope this video helps you out, and stacking does not have to be used in advanced players. Anyone can do it. It's fairly simple to learn how to do.
If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.